Have you ever found yourself in the middle of an argument that started with something so small, it almost feels ridiculous? Maybe it was about the dishes left in the sink, or a text that wasn't answered fast enough, or the way a simple word sounded sharper than it should have. And suddenly, the room feels colder, voices rise, hearts close. What was tiny now feels like a storm. Why do little things start big arguments in love? Why do we turn crumbs into mountains? Why do we fight hardest not over grand betrayals, but over socks on the floor? The truth is, it's never about the dishes. It's never about the socks. It's never about the little thing. It's about what the little thing awakens in the heart. And tonight, we're going to open that mystery together. Stay with me until the end, because I will share 7 ways to stop small fights before they grow and turn them into moments of deeper love. On the surface, little things should not matter. A forgotten chore. A misplaced word. A small delay. These are so ordinary, yet in love, they carry a hidden weight. Why? Because love is not just about what we do. It's about what our actions mean. When your partner leaves a mess, the heart whispers, "Do I matter to you?" When a reply takes too long, the mind wonders, "Am I still important?" When a voice turns sharp, the soul trembles. "Do you still love me?" Small things cut deep because they touch the most delicate truth of all, the longing to feel seen. The desire to feel valued. The fear of not being enough. This is the secret of small fights. They are not about the small things. They are about the invisible meaning we attach to them. That's why something tiny can feel so heavy. Because it is never just about now. It carries echoes from before, from childhood wounds, from past loves, from moments when we felt overlooked or forgotten. And so, in love, the smallest spark can set fire to a forest of unspoken pain. Every small fight hides a bigger story. On the outside, it looks like an argument about chores, or words, or timing. But beneath the surface, it is almost always about love. Think of the unspoken questions behind the anger. Do you see me? Do I matter to you? Can I trust that you care? When the dishes pile up, it's easy to think the fight is about dishes. But often, one heart is really saying, "I feel like I'm carrying everything alone." When a reply is late, the fight looks like it's about the phone. But really, it may be saying, "I feel forgotten. I need to know I'm still on your mind." The little things act as mirrors. They reflect deeper emotions that rarely get spoken out loud. Hurt, fear, loneliness, a longing for reassurance. But because we don't name those feelings directly, we project them onto the nearest small thing. Instead of saying, "I feel afraid you don't value me," we say, "Why can't you ever do the dishes?" And so the real need, the need for closeness, tenderness, recognition, gets buried under the surface of a fight about crumbs on the table. This is why small fights feel so confusing. We're not really arguing about the socks, the trash, or the tone of voice. We're arguing about invisible emotions, dressed up as daily annoyances. To understand why little things ignite us, we have to look at the mind. The brain is wired for survival. When we sense something threatening, even if it's small, our nervous system can react as though it's danger. A sigh, a sharp tone, a dismissive gesture. These are not lions or tigers. But the brain sometimes treats them as threats to love and belonging. This is called being triggered. A trigger is when a small moment awakens a big reaction because it touches an old wound. Maybe you once felt invisible as a child. And now, when your partner scrolls on their phone while you're talking, the same wound reopens. I don't matter. Maybe you once felt abandoned in a past relationship. So when a text isn't answered, the old fear comes alive again. They're pulling away. The psychology of triggers shows us something important. We don't just argue with the person in front of us. We argue with every memory their actions awaken. This is why small fights can feel so heavy. They are not only about today. They are about yesterday too. And in that moment, logic fades. The nervous system floods with adrenaline. We go into fight or flight. And a little spark turns into a wildfire. But there's another reason why small things become big fights: the ego. The ego does not like to be wrong. The ego does not like to feel powerless. So instead of saying, "I feel hurt," we say, "You always do this." Instead of admitting, "I'm afraid you don't love me enough," we shout, "You never listen." Arguments become about control instead of connection. Who is right? Who wins? Who gets the last word? Yet behind that ego battle is usually something softer. A quiet voice saying, "Please, don't let me feel small. Please, don't let me feel unloved." But we rarely show that softness. We show the shield instead. We argue louder. We defend harder. We cling to our pride, while our heart aches for closeness. This is one of love's great ironies. The times we need tenderness most are the times we make it hardest to reach us. Once the spark has been lit, couples often fall into a predictable cycle. One person criticizes. The other defends. The first raises their voice. The other shuts down. Push. Pull. Attack. Retreat. It's like a dance. And the more it repeats, the deeper the pattern grows. Sometimes, both people are saying the same thing in different ways. "I want to feel loved. I want to feel heard. I want to feel safe." But because it's disguised as criticism or defense, the message gets lost. And so the cycle repeats. Little things become big fights. And love feels fragile, when really, it is just waiting to be spoken more clearly. If these words are resonating with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow, and it means you won't miss the next reflection on love. So how do we break the cycle? How do we turn little arguments into deeper connection? Here are 7 ways. 1. Pause before reacting. When you feel the spark of irritation, take a breath. Don't let your first reaction lead the whole moment. 2. Ask, what's the deeper feeling here? Instead of exploding about the socks, ask yourself, what's the real need under this? 3. Speak from the heart. Say "I feel," not "you never." Start with how you feel. Say, "I feel unseen when this happens," instead of, "You always ignore me." It's softer, and it helps love stay open. 4. Don't fight when tired, hungry, or stressed. Wait until you have energy again. So many fights start because we're drained, not because love is gone. Rest first, then talk. 5. Step away, then come back calm. Take a moment for yourself. A short walk, a sip of water, a breath. Then return with a softer heart. 6. Remember the bigger picture. Ask yourself, what matters more, being right or being close? When love answers, it always says, being close. 7. Turn the fight into closeness. Sometimes words can't fix it. A hug, a small apology, or a gentle touch can. Because when love feels safe again, the fight fades away. These 7 steps don't mean you'll never argue. But they mean the little fights don't have to grow into storms. They can become bridges instead of walls. The truth is, arguments will always be part of love. 2 hearts, 2 minds, 2 histories, they will clash. But conflict is not the enemy. Disconnection is. If we can see through the small fights to the real longing underneath, love grows stronger. Because love is not built in the grand gestures. It is built in the small, daily moments of tenderness. So next time a fight begins over something small, pause. Look deeper. Ask what the heart is really trying to say. And choose love above pride. Because in the end, little things don't have to break love. They can remind us of how much love really matters. Thank you for being here with me. Take care of your heart. And may love always guide your path.